Hello everyone. In this video, I will be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Samina Pasha to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let us go through the key developments and insights in Samina Pasha's words. First, as you know, there have been developments regarding the situation between Tehran and Israel. There was intense fighting there today. We will update you on that, as well as the National Security Committee meeting related to the regional situation, which has also started. That, too, is a significant matter. Along with that, there is a tense situation regarding the approval of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa's budget. If this budget is not passed, the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government could be dissolved and taken over. But on the other hand, the question from the workers is, Imran Khan had clearly instructed that the budget should not be passed without consulting him. So now, what strategy will be formed? We will talk about that too. Also, the audit of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government has been completed, just like Punjab's audit report was released. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa's report is also out now, so we will share the details of their performance with you. After that, we will also talk about the bail petitions of Imran Khan in the Lahore High Court, what the situation was today regarding those. There is a lot in this vlog. I request that you subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. So let us begin with this. Today, the Lahore High Court was supposed to give a verdict on Imran Khan's bail petitions in cases from May 9th. All arguments were completed today, and the verdict was reserved. The Lahore High Court had said the decision would be announced today at 3 in the afternoon. There were many of his supporters outside the court. Assembly members, ticket holders, even Aliyah Hamza was present. They kept waiting outside, raising slogans. Time kept passing slowly, people gradually started leaving and only a few were left. From 3 to 4, from 4 to 5 until around 5:30 or 5:45, we heard that the reserved decision would not be announced today after all. It has been postponed until tomorrow. So now Imran Khan's bail decision will be announced tomorrow. Let me remind you, these are bail applications in 8 May 9th cases that have been under hearing for the past 6 months. Because of long delays, it took this much time. Eventually, the judge combined the bail requests of other PTI leaders, like Mian Mahmood ur Rashid and Ijaz Chaudhry, with Imran Khan's. This raised concerns that Imran Khan's bail might get further delayed. So today, Mahmood ur Rashid's lawyer withdrew his request so that Imran Khan's bail could be decided individually. I have been sharing details with you before. There was not any solid evidence with the prosecution. In fact, there were even laughs in the courtroom regarding their arguments and evidence. Still, the decision was reserved. Rumors say that Imran Khan might get bail in 5 cases and not in 3. Some believe he might not get bail in any, but clearly until the decision is out, nothing can be said for sure. Looking at the merits, court reporters say bail should be granted. Similar cases in the past also resulted in bail. These are the last 8 cases remaining. The charges are similar to previous ones, so if bail was granted in those, it should be granted here as well. But we all know that Imran Khan's case is not just legal, it is political. Now, even if Imran Khan gets bail in all 8 cases, he still will not be released because he is serving a sentence in the Al-Qadir Trust case. His appeal for suspension of that sentence has not been accepted yet, nor has it been properly heard. So, legally, unless the sentence in Al-Qadir is suspended and bail is granted here, he will not be released. But both you and I know that the real issue is not legal. You know where the obstacle lies, how and why it is there, so for now various excuses will be made, and even if bail is granted in 1 or more cases, he will still be kept in jail, that much is for sure. So after a whole day of waiting, the update is that the decision will be announced tomorrow. That alone tells you how free and fair the process is. Usually, bail verdicts are announced quickly, within an hour or so. It is not a big deal. But when it is Imran Khan, everything becomes a big deal. So now, this matter has been delayed until tomorrow. Since we have already started with political matters, let us continue. There are restrictions on Imran Khan's meetings. Not only are party leaders not allowed to meet him, even his lawyers are being denied access. Out of his sisters, only 2 are allowed to meet him. This situation has been ongoing for several days. Meanwhile, the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa budget was also presented. PTI workers protested that it should not have been presented. Imran Khan had said so. However, it was argued that he had not refused its presentation, only its approval without consulting him. The last message from him came last Tuesday through his sisters, and even after a whole week passed, we did not see any movement from PTI Khyber Pakhtunkhwa to try and meet him or apply pressure. No press conference, no legal move. They did not even go to Adiala jail to protest. They could have gone every day, staged sit-ins, created some activity to show they care about meeting their leader for guidance. But we did not see any of that. Now some might say, what difference would it make if we went? Maybe it would not lead to a meeting, but at least it would show that you stepped out of your comfort zone, that you made an effort. Instead, it seemed like they were sitting at home waiting for the government to send a car with a pick-and-drop service saying, "Come, we will take you to meet Imran Khan." We all know such meetings will not be allowed so easily. If they were, there would not be restrictions in the first place. The least they could have done was try. They could have used backdoor channels or filed something in court, but we did not hear or see any such efforts. But look at Imran Khan's sisters. They keep coming every Tuesday. They know they will be stopped far away. They know they will have to walk 1.5 to 2 kilometers in intense heat, 44 to 45 degrees Celsius. These are elderly women, not young people, yet they still show up every week despite being blocked every time. She is elderly, and even in that extreme heat, she begins walking 1.5 to 2 kilometers to reach Adiala jail in the hope that maybe she will get to meet her brother. Still, there is no confirmation if the meeting will happen or not. Then we see that perhaps 1 or 2 people are allowed to meet him while another is stopped. And this too happens after many days. Often she comes, sits there, evening falls, the police come, pick her up, put her in a vehicle and drop her off in some desolate area without letting her meet him. This has happened multiple times, but did she stop coming? Did she stop making the effort? No, because she is his sister. She feels his pain. She does not care about the heat. What she sees is that her brother is also inside, suffering through the same heat. She cares about that. That is why, despite being elderly, she stands outside in the blazing sun, walks in that 44 to 45 degree heat, faces discomfort and humiliation, being dropped off in isolated areas, but still keeps coming. Eventually, party workers also began to show up, some pressure mounted, and at least 1 or 2 sisters were able to meet him. So those who truly want to meet someone, at the very least, make the effort. But what effort did the rest of them make? Today, Alima Khan Sahiba also tweeted about this, saying she had heard that Imran Khan had instructed that no budget should be passed without his consultation. And now she has heard that 5 or 6 people from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, including ministers and other members, are heading to Adiala to protest, to put pressure so they can meet him. If that is true, it is a good thing. This should happen. But honestly, Alima Khan's tweet seemed more like an attempt to shame them, as if she was saying, "This is what you could have been doing. If you had done this daily for the past 10 days, maybe by now 1 meeting would have happened. And even if a meeting had not occurred after 10 days of effort, at least the workers would be saying, you did everything you could, but the oppressive regime did not allow the meeting." That way they would understand your helplessness. They would empathize and say, well, what can we do now? We need to pass the budget or the government will fall. Let us at least preserve the one genuine government we have left, the one based on Form 45. They would have considered it a compulsion. Their intentions were right. The issue was from the other side. But when you do not even try, when there is zero movement, and then 2 days ago you release a video full of bold statements, we will do this, we will do that, here is our action plan. Then what was the point of all that? If you knew you would not go out and protest, then why make such big claims? This is why workers are disillusioned and angry. They say these leaders are not sincere with Imran Khan. They are trying to sideline him and suggesting that the province, even the country, can function without him. Now you can dress it up in whatever terms you like. We are doing it conditionally, carefully. If Imran Khan ever says to dissolve the assembly, we will do it. But who will believe this anymore? What credibility will your words have when no effort is visible? Is Imran Khan a fool to say dissolve the assembly now after you have already passed the budget and then just told him, well, we had no choice? Of course, he will say, fine, what else can be done now? But where was your effort? That is the real issue. And because of this, the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government is now being heavily criticized on social media. And people have every right to ask them, why did you make such bold claims if you were not going to do anything? Imran Khan's meetings have been suspended, and no one seems to be upset about it, except Alima Khan. No one else appears concerned or willing to speak out. Apart from that, the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government's audit report has also surfaced, and the report shows irregularities of nearly 200 billion rupees. Just like I told you about the Punjab government, similar discrepancies are found. Fake expenditures, excess payments, suspicious transactions, allegations of embezzlement, and unjustified disbursements. There are 147 billion rupees worth of contracts that are said to have been awarded non-transparently. Let me clarify, this audit report is for the fiscal year from July 2023 to July 2024. Most of this period was under the caretaker government, and only 3 to 4 months were under PTI's rule after February. Similarly, the Punjab audit report I previously discussed was also mostly about the caretaker government's term, when Mohsin Naqvi was acting as chief minister. Only a few months fell under Maryam Nawaz's administration. So here too, most of the period under audit belongs to the caretaker government. But the question remains, whether it is the caretakers, PTI or Maryam Nawaz, why are there such major loopholes? Even if receipts are submitted later, who verifies them? What if they are fake? No one really checks. So how is it that money is being dispersed without any checks? Projects are being executed without transparency and corruption continues unchecked. Either you are complicit or it is sheer incompetence. And in this case, since the bulk of the period belongs to the caretaker setup, the details must be clarified. What happened under them and what happened once PTI returned. Now let us come to the federal budget. The Pakistan People's Party has now announced its support for the federal government's budget. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari made a speech today saying, "We had reservations, but since they have increased salaries and pensions, we will support the budget." They have raised salaries by 10%, pensions by 7%. However, Bilawal also said, "They have broken our backbone, but we will still vote for the budget." Frankly, this is not surprising. Everyone knew the Pakistan People's Party would end up doing this. It is always the same. Criticize and then vote. They will never derail the system because they are serving the wishes of their owners. That is just how things work. And yes, Bilawal did take jabs at the PTI government and Imran Khan today, typical political maneuvering. Now let us talk about the current Iran-Israel situation. The news is terrifying. Today, Israel dropped a massive number of missiles on Tehran, bombing it heavily via airstrikes. According to the Associated Press, around 900 people have been martyred in Tehran due to these attacks at various locations. Fires broke out, mushroom clouds could be seen. They even attacked Iran's nuclear sites again, which is ironic. Yesterday they said they had already completely destroyed them. If so, why attack again today? Regardless, these sites were bombed again. Other areas of Tehran were also targeted, causing severe destruction. Power outages occurred in many places, disrupting infrastructure. In response, Ayatollah Khamenei and the Revolutionary Guards declared that the war would continue, and the next phase would involve new missiles that the world has not yet seen. Iran launched its own strikes today using heavy missiles, and reports say that a region in Israel also suffered power outages and significant damage. Still, the heaviest damage today appears to be in Tehran. Meanwhile, Iran's foreign minister arrived in Russia today and met with the Russian president. While details of the closed-door meeting are not public yet, Russia assured full support and promised to help protect Iran. Also, Pakistan has called a high-level meeting of the National Security Committee to review the regional situation. Once the minutes are released, we will discuss that in the next vlog. For now, as I mentioned, The Iran-Israel situation is escalating quickly, and in the coming days, its impact will grow deeper. That wraps up our translation of Samina Pasha's video. I hope this English version helped you understand her message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Do not forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.